Welcome everybody to another episode of Conversation with the OGs. I'm Meatball,
I'm Dre.
and today we're gonna be talking about why some women stay single. What you think about that, Dre?
I think a lot of women are single due to bad friends, the way they was raised. From say they was raised by a parent that didn't have a husband, a solid boyfriend. So it could be the social media. There's so many different reasons
So
why.
what you mean by bad friends? What would bad friends look like to you?
Just say a woman got a good man. He may not have the car that the friends feel like he should have. Just say he got a Honda Civic or something like that. They expect him to have a Mercedes. He works a 9 to 5. They expect him to be a business owner or something. So you got to think, no matter what type of a man she got, she can have a good man, but her friends' expectations, he should be doing more. He should be doing better. A lot of women think like, okay, yeah, he's okay, but he can always do better. They always try to motivate this man to do better so they can do better. It ain't like they trying to motivate and they can, okay, I'm a lawyer and he works at Wendy's and I'm gonna bring him up to me. It's nah, I need him to do better so I can be better. So it's a lot of noise outside the house, the friends, social media, sometimes a mother. Like I dated a woman before. We never even got in a relationship. We just dated. We never got to the point where we even got to a relationship because her and her mother was real close, and her mother was in our relationship. So it's all everything the noise outside of y'all relationship that'll keep a woman single.
See, I think that's what make a woman single. Just that. You know what? She don't know how to keep her relationship personal. Ain't nowhere in the world your friends should be talking about your man. Should she? If she ain't giving you no positive advice, as far as like, you know what, if y'all together, I'm gonna stay out of it. But I think you students and leave it alone. See what these females allow their friends to do is get in their business. It's different from a person just have an opinion and that's it. They actually get into your relationship. Meaning, even if your friend don't like me, you told her something, maybe we got into it and I said something or I did something to you that she didn't like. Now when she come around, she acting funny. See, I ain't gonna tolerate that. I'm in a relationship with you. Now if she gonna come in, first thing she gotta do, she gotta speak to me when she come in the house. If she don't,
especially if she coming into where you at, you already.
That's right. If she don't want to speak, get out. Stay on the porch. Stay in the car. But if you come in my house and see, she can't condone that. If she just got an attitude, I don't care about none of that. I ain't with her. So I think a lot of these women stay single is because they don't even know how to make their man a priority.
But I also think a lot of women stay single because they can't control their man. It's a lot of men that...
You say what?
They can't control their man. Think about it. If a woman can't tell his man what to do and how to do it and when to do it and be quiet, it's a lot of women, they always say, okay, I'm an alpha female, I'm an alpha this and this, and he can't take a strong black woman. No. Being a strong black woman don't mean that you got to be loud all the time. You got to be boisterous. You got to be, ready to just set it off. That's not what comes with being strong.
So what's a strong black woman to you?
To me, a strong black woman is a woman that's gonna hold her man down. When he whatever he going through, you got to be there to hold him down the same way you would want him to hold you down. If it's financial, if it's mental, whatever it is. To me, that's part of it.
So if a woman told you, I'm a strong black woman, what's your response to that?
To me, this modern day and age, that meaning is not what it used to be. The first thing I'm gonna think, she's combative.
That's right.
She got a loud mouth. She gonna want to be heard. She's argumentative. It's gonna be so much that comes with that, because that's one of them situations. If this is what you is, you don't have to tell me that. That's just like if I got a clown suit on, I ain't got to tell you I'm a clown.
That's right.
I should better just peep through your movements. Just because you yelling it from the top of your lungs, that don't make it what it really is. That's one. And then I also look at it like this: a woman is going to be single because they want to be in a relationship, but they want to live single, meaning they want to have fun. They want accountability. They want to go out with all their single friends. Just say like if a woman is married and you carrying yourself like you married, you can't hang out all the time with your friends that's single because they not gonna tell you, okay, this is what you should be doing. No, they
So
gonna
do you think it's okay for a married woman to hang out and have single friends?
I don't have no issue with that, but to me, I feel like it shouldn't be. If your friend, I'm gonna give you an example. If a woman has single friends and she's going out with single friends, if her friends go out every week, she shouldn't be with them. She should just say maybe once a month, maybe a couple months, Keisha birthday, Lisa birthday, something, a special occasion, instead of, okay, every weekend. They out 2, 3 days a week. It don't make sense because one, if they out 9 times out of 10, they're looking for a husband. They're looking for what you got. So now that you got a husband, now that you got what you was looking for, you're gonna throw it all away to be out hanging with your single friends.
See, I wouldn't date. I wouldn't even be with a woman that think it's okay for her to still keep her same crowd of friends. If our relationship,
you want her to leave her friends alone?
no, but she has to revolve. I mean, as you get older, your life change.
Right.
You can't still have the same friends around that want to do the same stuff y'all was doing when y'all was in y'all 20s and now you in your 40s. Okay. So you have to revolve it. If she ain't trying to elevate her life and she doing the same stuff she been doing, she want to go to the club party, talking to this nigga, talking to that nigga, and if you want to hang around with her, birds of a feather flock together. Right. So if you want to be a part of that crowd, I'm gonna help you be a part of that crowd. I'm gonna go ahead and just push you on out there. Because if you want to go out every other weekend or every weekend, however often they going out, and you don't see nothing a problem with it, I know what's out there. I know when y'all going out, guys buying y'all drinks. Drinks ain't free.
Yep, come with something.
Yeah, so these guys in your face, they giving you compliments, you laughing, you showing all 500 of your teeth. That's not cool to me.
I feel like a lot of times, a lot of women are single too because they deceitful. They lie a lot. And when I say deceitful, they just say like you dating a woman, y'all start, somewhat thinking y'all going somewhere. And you don't measure up. So all of a sudden now y'all not going nowhere and she on to the next.
So you mean like a backup plan?
Yeah, the women always have backup plans. I feel like a man don't look at meeting a woman and be like, okay, I'm gonna meet 5 other backup plans. Women go out to meet multiple men because they always looking for a backup plan. If this don't work out, I'm gonna.
See, that's why they single right there. Because a man can tell I'm not getting you all. You know what? A woman has to be consistent. We talking every day at 10 o'clock, and all of a sudden now, oh, this is my sister calling. I gotta call you back. I peeped that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I finna go take the kids to my son to the hospital. He ain't feeling good. He got a fever. I'ma peep that. Cause that ain't normal. That's because he got a fever. If his fever ain't 105, you know what I'm saying? Shit, you better get him some Tylenol. You just trying to get me off this phone.
You know what? I noticed this happened to me one time. This was a long time ago. I had met a girl. Well, I ain't gonna say met a girl. I had met a woman. We was going out. We was rocking. We was vibing. But I can say her mom passed in the process while we was dating. So she was like, okay, I need a little time to myself. So, I would still try to be supportive, reach out, everything okay, send texts and all that. Now, we really went from talking all day, every day, to we hadn't talked only via through text. We didn't see each other for maybe about 2 months. Then she come back around like we gonna pick up where we left off. I ain't saw you in 2 months, and we went from texting 5, 6, 7 times a day, seeing each other at least 2, 3 times a week, to now.
Well, you did say she lost her mama, right?
Bro, 2 months, like literally.
60 days.
Hold on, listen. 2 months, we go from probably one text every couple days.
Yeah, she probably shut down. She lost her mother.
Nah, bro. She
get a pass
she,
from
she,
me.
she did lose her mom. But I guarantee you, one that she lost her mom, it was another guy she was entertaining. I can just tell, bro. I can peep the vibe. And then when she came back, everything was like just say like if you having a ball with your woman today, and you wake up the next day, we pick up and it wasn't like that. Last time I talked to you, we see each other. It was all good. Your mom passed. We don't really see each other talk. Actually, we don't see each other at all, and we barely talk for 60 days. And then when she called, yay, like I'm supposed to be. I'm like, who is this? I don't 60 days, and she distant. I literally erased her phone number on my phone. All I'm like, oh, she on bullshit.
And she lost her mama, Dre.
Yeah, man, but I could tell, boy. I ain't even trying to be funny. I know there's a serious situation, but I knew she was entertaining another guy. And the thing is this: you got to realize, just like you go to the club, you give your number to this woman. You gonna be like, okay, I just met her, you know what I mean? You ain't gonna sit here and put all your eggs in that one basket. You may get 3 phone numbers before you leave. It's the same thing with a woman. When a woman go out, she took your number. Don't think you special. It's 4, 5 other niggas' numbers she took, and she juggling. She guarantee you, if she gave this man her number, it's all about what he say after he get the number, if he get the date, if he get the second date, if he get the third date. So the more dates, the more all this stuff going on, then a woman eventually go out with this man. So if she entertaining you, if she fucking you, she fucking him, she may be fucking him, and that's just how it go. Then she gonna sit here and say, you know what, I like him more. He's better in the bed, he's better financial, and she gonna weigh her options. But that's just like when a woman dating somebody, when she want to call it quits with him. She gonna go out and meet other people. She gonna go out before she completely let him go and cut him off. She gotta make sure this other guy that she gonna let him go for he check all the boxes. That's why I always say it's like a woman be on monkey bars. They swinging back and forth. Yeah, they ain't letting go of this guy they got until they find something better. Or at least when they thought they upgraded. When she feel like she upgraded or doing better, then she gonna let go of the old nigga.
You know what I do, Dre? If I meet a woman and she be like, you know what, I'm single, first thing go off in my head is why. You know what I'm saying? I don't say nothing to her, but I wonder, but you're nice looking, you got like you appear, you got your stuff together. Why are you single? Because usually when you meet a woman and she's single, it's reasons. And I just don't think guys ask why.
See, it depends though, boy. Like, it depends, to me, my opinion with that, it depends on how long she been single. If she say, okay, just say, you said if she's single, it's a red flag. Just say if she say, okay, I've been single for 2-3 months. That's understandable. But if a woman say 2-3 years, nah, I'm spider senses tingling. Why you been single for 2-3 years? You gotta be fucked up. Something gotta be fucked up with you.
Or you just a jump off. You just have a rotation of guys. And
I agree.
For me, I don't want no woman like that. I don't talk to women like that. If a woman sit up here and told me, you know what, I've been single for a couple of months, well, I'm looking at her like, well, you know what, we're going to just have some fun. Because that ain't enough time for you to get over no guy that you had to learn. Mm-hmm. Y'all been together for some years.
Yeah,
that ain't enough time.
Creeping.
That's right. So we just going to just get to know each other. So for me, I think if a woman, like you say, if she's single for like a year, why are you single for a year? You know what I'm saying? Especially when you meet them women, they tell you that, you know what, they don't have sex. To me.
So what they doing?
They practicing abstinence.
Oh no.
You ain't never met one of them?
You know what? I did meet a chick that told me that. That's the chick I told you went to the bar one time and she pulled off the Bible in the bar and I walked her to the car. Yeah,
she's an ex-stripper, wasn't she?
I don't know. She was a jangalang. I know she was a jangalang. Mm-hmm. I don't know what she ex was, but.
Yeah, and you know what? I know we talking about wild women, but see, to me, just because, I think guys should question all these women all of a sudden now, they just, oh, God this and God that. They just all into the Bible all of a sudden. What you ain't did so bad where you just, everything is God?
I think people hit rock bottom and they use that. Or they had their heart broke. Like I was like you was hitting on about the woman been broke up for like a year, been single for a year. A year, I can understand a year, up to a year. The only reason I say that because if a woman really was into a guy and got her heart broke, she need time to heal. But 2, 3 years, anything like over 2 years, now I'm second guessing. I'm thinking like my first thing, like, yeah, you single because bitch you crazy. That's what's coming to my mind. But
So most of them is crazy. Most of them don't know when to keep their mouth closed. Most of them, you know what I'm saying, they stingy. You know, they think it's better to spend the guy. A chick can have money and ask you for some money. See, that's the kind of stuff that'll sit up and get under my skin. I look, you got some money in your pocket, you asking me to put gas in your car. I got a problem with that. Now, I ain't got no problem walking in there paying, I get that. Right. But you giving me the money. Now, if you ain't got it, I'll look out for you. But don't ask me for my money when you got money. I don't like that.
Yeah, but you got to think that's life. I mean, men don't think like that. We don't think about I'd rather spend my woman money or my girl money over mine. But women think like that. Not all, but majority women think like, shit, why would I be spending mine when he?
And that's why they single, Dre.
Yeah.
I mean, if you thinking your money spent better than mine, you gonna be single because just like how I pick up on it, the next man gonna pick up on it. You know what? Another reason I think they're single. You know what? They don't treat me and kids the way they treat their own. I think a lot of these women, if you got kids, she's gonna treat your kids different from her kids when you ain't around. I had that happen to me.
I think not all, but a lot of women gonna do that.
Well, you know, because your kids will tell you, you know what, she be mean to me when you ain't around. You know what? So now, you know what? That'll get you single.
But the thing is, if she mean to the kids, she don't really like this man. That's the only way I can look at it. A lot of, if did she pick you because she really into you, or she picked you because you a provider? If she
a lot of times they can dislike her mother. Right. See, these females
take it out on the kids.
And take it out on the kids. Yeah, right. So you gotta, when you a man and you got kids, you gotta be very protective of your kids and talk to them. You know what? You know how you like Sarah. Sarah okay? She cool? And she gonna tell you, well, she kind of mean to me when you ain't around. But see, when you around, they gonna be nice because they know you gonna get in their ass. Mm-hmm. So I think it's things like that that make a man single. Because if you mean to a man kids, he already made his mind up. You know, this ain't gonna work. He probably don't say nothing right then and there, but he already made his mind up.
I'm gonna say something right then and there. I had something like that happen before. And I cut straight into it. Like, the one thing is this, man. You got to think your kids is your kids. They come from you. You know what I mean? So, if you got that type of relationship, a good relationship, you know, you got to protect them. You got to let them know what's right and wrong. So, if you don't sit here and say something, just say like you say, you know what, I'm not going to say nothing in front of my baby, but I'm going to go back there behind closed doors and tell her what she was wrong. So now, yeah, you disciplining her or you telling her you was wrong, but all the kid gonna remember is he didn't stand up for me.
Well, see, I don't think a man should go to his woman checking his woman in front of the kids. That's a conversation that'll take place later. I'm saying like me, so she ain't gonna cuss at the kid. The kid might ask for some cake and she nah. So tell her no. It ain't that you said no, it's how you said it. You know what I'm saying? So you have to pick up on that. So you asked, what did she say? Well, I asked for some cake and she said no, but she said it kind of mean. You know what that mean. So
do you, since you want to talk to the woman behind closed doors, do you come and talk to your child?
No, what I do, I would look for history. Because if this woman is treating my child like that, now I'm going to sit up here and start, you know what I'm saying, taking note of it. Now when I leave and I come back, I'm back and I say, you know what, everything okay? What happened when I was gone? And you know, a kid gonna tell you. Unconscious that you taking notes of things. So now when I go to her, I can sit up and say, you know what? The last 10 times I left, you know, my daughter said, you know, you did this. Or my son said this, but it's always negative. Mm-hmm. It ain't never pleasant. But when I'm here, you know, you treating them fair, you know, you being reasonable. But when I'm gone, you're not. So I think you talk to him, you say, well, you know what, baby, I think you being unfair and treating my child, you know, different. I think you owe my child an apology. And if she blow up or she get an attitude about that, okay, now me and you got a problem.
See, I had something like that happen. Uh, my ex-wife. Normally, when her daughter was staying there at the end of the night, her daughter was, tasked to wash the dishes. End of the night, she washed the dishes. That is what it is. Erin came in from school. Erin was in high school. I think it was her 11th or 12th grade year, whatever. I think it was her 11th grade year. She was staying with me. As soon as she came through the door, I was like, wash the dishes and do your homework. She washed the dishes, did her homework. Wife came in and put a dish or two in there or something. And she was like, Aaron, make sure you wash the dishes before the end of the night. I say, no. I say, you see how the sink was clean? All the dishes was clean when you came in there? I say, you got one or two dishes in there. You put them in there at the end of the night. You wash them dishes. I say, my daughter washed dishes already. She's not tasked to wash dishes twice that day. I say, your daughter, you didn't make your daughter wash dishes twice a day. So my daughter's not going to wash dishes twice a day. So it could have been small, but it was big to me.
Well, you ain't giving no momentum for things to blow up.
And that's the point where I say I'm going to check it right then and there. Because we're going to have an understanding. It's kind of like Cinderella, how they treat the ugly stick. Nah, you ain't going to do my baby like that. Listen, what goes for mine goes for yours and vice versa. You know what I mean? Don't make mine, or don't try to make mine do what yours is not doing. Because we'll fall all the way out about my child. You know what I mean? I feel like anybody going to be the same way about their child.
And another reason why I think these females is because they get so emotional about everything. Right. And the first thing they want to do is weaponize the sex. You know, when I'm mad, you know what? They want to go put on these baggy jogging pants, the whole jogging suit. You want to come to bed in a jogging suit, and because you mad. But damn, if I want some sex, what you being mad got to do with your responsibilities? So I think this is another reason guys get tired of that. You know what? You get mad, and I think like this. If she ain't giving sex to you, because women get horny just like men, she giving it to somebody. So all this, you got to start taking note of what this woman is doing that you don't like. Because if she like you, she don't want to do nothing to upset you. If you know what, we got to have scheduled sex. That's bull crap. You know what, you only want to cook, one day out the week. Where they do that at?
And see, with me, I don't feel like she have to cook on a regular basis. If I got literally 1 or 2 meals a week, I'm cool with that. And the reason I feel like this is like, I expect my woman to work, hold down the house, and do all the shit she's supposed to be doing. So if she working a full-time job, she holding down the house, meaning cleaning and all that, she gonna be tired. I expect her to be tired. But if I can sit here and get maybe a breakfast and a dinner a week, I'm cool with that because I don't expect her.
You setting the bar loaded up.
I'm expecting, because the thing is this: it's a switch as far as it's gonna be days you won't feel like cutting the grass. I don't let the grass grow a little bit longer because I be tired. You got to think. And then it also depends on where you at in life, meaning your age, your health, and all that. If you working like I work, like literally today is my first off day. I worked 12 days straight. So that means a lot of shit I wasn't able to do if I didn't do it at work. So some people work so much that they don't have the free time like the average people that just work 40 hours. You see what I'm saying? My wife, she works, she got side hustles, she's always working. Then she maintaining the house, going to the market, doing shit. So if a person doing all that, you gotta expect they need rest just like you. We not machines.
Well, I see it a little different in that, Dre, because I look at like you can't let your outside things come between your inside things. I'm inside.
So much like your job.
No, well, it's your job because you said your wife got hustles and she got other stuff going on.
But that's
Yeah, but see, you can't. I think a woman should cook for her man at least 3 times a week.
Okay.
I think that's reasonable.
That's doable.
But it's always her job to make sure I eat. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I'm picking up something out, outside the house, and I know she ain't cooking, I'll call her and see if she wants something. But dinner is always her responsibility. Just like me maintaining the house is my responsibility. I wouldn't tell her go in there and fix a leaking pipe.
Right.
So I don't think she should be telling me go in there and make you a grilled cheese sandwich. I'm not saying always it got to be greens, macaroni, candy yams, but come on, you got to give me a hot meal 3 times a week. I feel like I deserve that.
Right.
So I think a lot of these women will be single because, like how you just said, a lot of the outside activities interfere with the inside stuff. You know what? Your friends shouldn't have nothing to say about what goes on inside the house. Your mama shouldn't have nothing but no say what goes on inside this house. Your daddy shouldn't be coming to me saying nothing to me about whatever man you got going on here because I'm gonna talk to him like how I talk to any other man. So now we're gonna fall out. I'm gonna fall out with your daddy. If you got kids, I think you should go ahead and condition your kids to let them know I'm a grown man, and if I ask them to do something in my house, I expect for them to do it. If we living together or we moved in together, I think a certain level of respect have to be put in place by her. She got to be willing to say, you know what, this is the man of the house, and we have already talked about how things are going to be. So whatever he say, this is what it's going to be. She got to introduce that kind of stuff. If she's sitting up here saying, well, you know what, I'm not doing that, I'm out.
See, that's a lot of women don't want to give up control of the house. A lot of women want to stay regulating the house. So they going to remain single because they don't want no man in charge of them. Then I'm going to give you another spin on it. A lot of women is single because they want to be in the streets. They want to have a rotation of men. One man coming through cutting the grass. You got to think if a woman is in the house by herself, she can have this guy come spend the night, cut the grass, jump off the top rope, feed him, get a few dollars, and he gone. 2-3 days later, it's somebody else. She can do that in that way. If you got multiple rotation of men coming through, cutting grass, fixing something, giving you a few dollars, that mean they taking a lot of the load off of her plate. All she giving is maybe a home cooked meal, leftovers, taking you down through there.
Beat up.
Yeah, but you got to think, she ain't going to, instead of working full time, she's working part time. And she's able to sit in the house and do all the bull
and get
crap.
banged out.
Yeah, but women don't get that. There's a lot of women getting banged out and ain't getting nothing.
So I look at it like this, Dre. If she mess around with all these guys, she got a guy that come and clean out her gutters, guy that's cutting her grass, a guy that's helping her fix her car. She a plumber. She a loose woman. She a loose woman, and you best believe if I meet a woman and she got a house, I'ma ask questions. Oh, your grass look nice. Who cutting your grass? And she be like, my friend. I know what that mean. I go in your house. Oh, your house look nice. Who your kitchen just got remodeled. Who did your kitchen? My friend.
See,
I ain't no dummy.
She ain't always gonna say her friend because friend means like what it is. Could be just like you, somebody jumping off the top rope, or could be she just gonna give your name. Oh, this guy named Kevin, he do lines. Or this guy named Chico, she ain't gonna add the friend part.
Well, you know what? I keep note. See, Chico still gonna be coming over, cutting that grass. And if he knocked her off, the body language gonna be off, and I'm gonna pick up on it.
9 times out of 10, if she's being physical with the guy, she's not gonna have him come over the days you there. Now the only way y'all gonna bump into each other if you popped up, or just say you riding through the hood, be like, oh, I got something for you. I'm riding by, and Chico just so happened to be over there. Then she gonna tell you it's not a good time. You see what I'm saying? Because just say if you come over on Tuesdays, Chico come over Wednesdays or Thursdays. That she already got it assigned. This guy here this day, this guy here that day, and then
I ain't falling in line, bro.
I ain't doing that. She's not gonna tell you that, bro. That's just like if a woman tell you, well, I want to see you. Then you gonna be like, when? She gonna like, well, I got something to do Thursday. What about Friday? She already not telling you Thursday that she got another date. She gonna play it like she got some business or something on the floor. Women, you got to think, bro, women are real sneaky. and they gonna try to out strategize you. Or let's just say like a woman tell you she's going out of town. I'm going out of town with friends. The likeliness is true, but sometimes a woman may not even be going out of town. She may be booed up with a dude for 3 days. She know Kevin coming in town. She may not be at her house.
But see, you'll pick up on that. After a while, she may get away with it 2-3 times, but after a while, you will pick up on it. And I think a lot of these guys need to start paying these females more attention. Mm-hmm. If I'm dating you, I'm gonna sit up here and learn your schedule. I'm gonna learn. You know what? Damn, she like to have sex 2-3 times a week. That week we're around, you only gave me some one time. I already know what's going on.
Or none.
Or none. I know what's going on. I'm not gonna say nothing, but I'm gonna take note of it. I'm gonna wait for it to become a pattern. So I think that's what a lot of these guys should start doing. What keeping these women single, in my opinion, Dre? Let me run my list down. I think lack of accountability. I think that they selfish. I think they're overly emotional. And I think a lot of these women, they work too much. If you working too much, you're not even listening to me or doing what I want you to do because you always at work. I don't want a woman that's working 12, 15 hours a day. I don't want a woman that's working 12, 15 hours a day. I want a woman that's going to make time for me. I have to be a priority in a relationship. I think a lot of these females don't know how to make a man a priority in their life. You know what? Yeah, I get you got kids, but I can't be behind the dog. You can't sit up and tell me, it's yourself first, then it's your kids, then it's your dog, then your mama, your daddy, your cousin, then me. No, I'm straight. Because I don't move like that. When I call you, you know what you doing, you laying down, okay, you want some company? No. Oh, because the dog is in the bed with me. What? See, that ain't gonna fly with me. Oh, my mom coming over, she's spending the weekend with me. What? No, that ain't gonna fly with me. I think as men, we have to sit up and make these women make us a priority, and I don't think most of these women know how to make a man a priority in their life. They put us right behind the dog. Somewhere between the dog and getting her car washed. Because you know what? She go keep her car looking decent. She want to look like she got her shit together all the time. So for me, that's my deal breaker, and that's what make me think a lot of these women are single.
What make me think a lot of women are single, gonna remain single, maybe die with a cat and dog, is they mouth. They got a terrible mouth. They beliefs, what a man should be doing for a woman, don't relate to them. You know what I mean? You got to be a woman. You got to be a certain type of person for a man to do certain things for you. And a lot of these women don't classify. They don't fit them shoes. And just the way they move. To me, we talked about body counts on a regular basis. A woman feel like she can just keep adding all these bodies, and the man supposed to come in and accept her baggage, all that background, what comes with it, the experience. So now they expect like we supposed to just erase all that and then go out and about with her and be laughed at. You know what I mean? I feel like social media, the friends, the parenting, everything affects them for their future, who they become, and they believe, and that's gonna keep them single. Because if she run across a real man, a man that got his stuff together, that's looking for a real woman, he's not gonna accept just anything. I don't care how fine you is, he's not gonna just accept anything. So that's it. I just feel like, they mouth, they friends, social media, and the way they was raised gonna keep them single.
Okay, that's the last word. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Conversation with the OGs. We out.
Peace.
I gave you my all, and I hope you see this world before I fall. I gave you my all. yeah. I fell in love with the praise. The children tug on our capes. I've been drinking all day. The final boss has been slayed. I hope this light is not fade. Now all the lies that I changed destroy the world that I saved. The hero dies in vain. The final boss has been raised. 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 I gave my all to these folks. This is the awfulest joke. This here was all I lived for. This was my year, I don't think I have more. Distance my fears and I think I got bored. I think I found peace in my struggle. I think that this hiss is the leak in my bubble. Stress over little shit, I probably sink in a puddle. Walls fall around me, I rise from the rubble. Faces switch places with monsters and demons. I guess that the hero is no longer needed. They throw you away when the boss is defeated. Won't hold you a plate, give a fuck if you eatin'. I'm starving, I'm famished, I'm scarred and I'm damaged. Flip out on them, then I'm causing a panic. I'm mostly the problem and part of the answer I sang. Cause I fell in love with the praise. If heaven has an arcade, oh my life's like a nice game. When the final boss has been slain, the hero won't die in vain. The people don't switch up and change, they forever praise his name. I hope his life does not fade, cause that'd be so fucking lame. Say the world get betrayed, say the girl get betrayed. The final boss gets re-raised, no escape from his fate. Now all the lies that I changed destroy the world that I saved. The hero dies in vain. The final boss has been raised. Now all the lies that I changed destroy the world that I saved. The hero dies in vain. The final boss has been raised. Now all the lies that I changed destroy the world that I saved. The hero dies in vain. The